Right, fourth attempt at doing this. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yvonne and this is Sticky Mess 17. My channel is all about cleaning, information, inspiration, motivation. So if you're interested, please like and subscribe, turn on this notification bell so you're notified every Wednesday and Sunday at 10 AM when I upload a new video. This is the Christmas special. If you're Patreon, this is not your Christmas special, but this is going up on Christmas Day for both my patrons and non-patrons, because every Christmas I do a Q&A and I ask you to send in some questions. And so let's jump right into it. Right, before we start, I wanted to apologise if my office looks a bit of a state. That needs to be put away. That is going with me on Wednesday. Long story. That's my nail box. I can't be asked to put it away. My microphone's disconnected because it's broken. Anyway, so there's a few questions that I've had on my Q&A. How did my partner and I meet? We met on the buses, and if you're a British citizen, you will know about the series on the buses, and it is so cliched. The other question I had, I've had a few questions about my daughter. I do not disclose her name, her age, just obviously she's a girl and she's my daughter, but other than that I don't disclose any of the information on my YouTube channel or even on Facebook. She's not on the internet. For safety reasons, privacy reasons, and that is the way I'd like it to stay. Another question was, is my clothing wardrobe malfunctions, should we call it that, deliberate? No, they're not. I concentrate on cleaning my house. I get things done, and unfortunately it's life and I've got too much on my plate to be worrying about what's happening. I've gone through a brain injury this year. If you're new here, I've had 3 cyst rupture on my brain, 3 dermoid cyst rupture on my brain, 1 behind my right optic nerve, 1 on my pituitary gland, and 1 on the suprasellar inter something cranium. That bit I can never pronounce and never remember. But anyway, so I am in recovery at the moment. I'm still very swollen. I have lost 2 dress sizes from 5. And that is just swelling. I haven't actually lost any weight, and as I disclosed in one of my other videos, I'm not doing any lotions or potions and MLMs or diets and all that stuff. It went on naturally, well, through steroids, and I wanted to come off naturally. I'm not going to be doing anything. I haven't got the energy to be exercising at the moment, but I am slowly building up my strength, and that is allowing me to do a bit more cleaning, get my house under control, and then hopefully at a later date I can get back on the treadmill. Anyway, so the questions that I've got today, because I haven't had a lot of questions through my Instagram or Facebook or in the comment section, I'm using joincake.com. Now if you see me looking up to the left there, it's because my computer is behind you and I just want to whiz through these questions. I think there's 40 of them. They're going to be very quick, and let's jump into it. Okay, so the first one is, what do you want to be when you grow up? I don't know. I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I did want to work as a mortuary tech. I've got a huge interest in the mortuary side of things. I've got a diploma in forensic science, but that is as far as I went with my education. Okay, what's your favorite color? Don't really have a favorite color. I'm pretty neutral on what I like. Anything goes. Yeah. If you could live anywhere, where would you live? Somewhere warm, somewhere sunny, somewhere with NHS. Thank you for the NHS. But it's got to be warm and sunny, and yeah. What is the funniest thing you've ever seen? Probably yesterday. Well, it's not really funny. It's really, really emotional, and it made me cry with pride. It was so sweet. My boy Banks, he had his Nicky Knockers chopped, and when I went to go and pick him up, his sister came running up the stairs into my office and looked at her box, and I said, "Do you want to come with me?" Meow. So I took her to the vet. Long story short, when the vet brought Binks out, I put them, face to face on the cages, and they both of them put both their feet out of the cage and literally grabbed each other and tried to pull each other to it, and it just made me cry. It was so sweet. Funniest thing I've ever seen, I can't off the top of my head think of anything. What's the funniest name you can think of for a pet? Probably Grebo. As you know, Grebo had cancer and we had to put him down earlier in this year, September 9th to be exact. And that was a friend of mine at work said, you like cats, don't you? Here you go, there's a cat. And I knew at that point my husband didn't want any more cats. Crazy cat lady. So I decided to name him Grebo after Terry Pratchett. One of his characters in this book. I don't read Terry Pratchett, I don't know nothing about his books of the Discworld, I think it was. But he let me keep him if we named him Grebo, and the name stuck. And yeah, he was my little lamb until he had that, and then he became my little lamb chop. Anyway, what would your superhero power be? I would love to be able to be invisible. I'm invisible because I don't really socialize that much. I like my own little bubble, my own company. Well, even my own company can wind me up sometimes. So be invisible and probably see what's going on the other sides that you're just curious about, you know, behind closed doors that you don't get to see. What's your favorite snack? It's got to be, I think Home Bargains B&M do them. They are salt and vinegar. I think you guys in the States call them like goldfish. We've got something very similar. Those have got to be my favorite. What's the worst food you've ever tried? Apani worms. I think they just tasted like cardboard, and I think snails as well, but I don't know if they were overcooked or. But that's probably the worst food I've ever tried. And cabbage, definite cabbage. What's your favorite animal? Got to be a kitty cat rather, a kitten or a cat, kitty cat. If you could meet anyone, who would you meet? I would love to meet Freddie Mercury and Princess Diana. Just they're such inspirational people. Freddie Mercury I love the Queen's music, the Queen group music. Going back when we were younger, my dad actually brought home the Queen CD, and I said, "Oh, Dad, what's this?" And he said, "It's the Queen singing." And I believed him until I was like, "But there's men on there," so I didn't understand. I was obviously very young. What would you trade intelligence for, looks or vice? Would you trade intelligence for looks or vice versa? I think it's probably better to be clever, although first impressions go a long way. But to be honest, I haven't got the looks anyway, so I'll stick with intelligence because, to be honest, I might not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but I'm not the thickest either. Okay. If you could have any career on the planet, what would it be and why? I would love to go into forensic science, as I said, or a mortuary science, but I don't know. It's just my fascination and my interest. If you could eat only one food for the rest of your life, what would you choose? Chocolate? But I find washing your clothes in chocolate just makes the clothes shrink. So do steroids. If you were stranded on an island, who would you choose to take with you? If it's only one person, it would have to be my daughter. But if it's two people, it would be my best friend and my daughter, because my best friend is very clever and can pretty much find a solution between, with both our brains working together. We're pretty good at finding solutions to problems one way or another. And he has a way of reminding me that I need to do something without reminding me, and it's just weird. And I suppose that's why he's my best friend. What were you like in high school? The nerd that always used to be in the corner or in the library. Oh my gosh, I always used to hang out in the library, right? Because at recess or break time, everybody used to go out and we had to be out the classrooms. And if you were a librarian, you could stay in the warm in the library at break time. So I always used to go for the library jobs. What's your biggest deal breaker in a relationship? Narcissism, lying, cheating, and calling me a C***T. Definite. What's the worst pickup line you've ever heard? You look like a cloud. Can I blow you away? What's the unusual thing? What unusual thing do you find attractive in a person? Probably brains. If they're not like, the Welsh word is tup. Money helps, but it's not everything. Money doesn't buy happiness. Yes, it sure helps, But I don't know. What unusual thing do you find attractive in a person? I don't know. What's your favorite cheesy love song? It would have to be Peter Cetera, The Glory of Love, I think. And I've also dedicated to that one, to one of my cats. And yeah. What's your favorite thing you like about yourself? Strange enough, when I was on steroids, a different part of my brain was working, and I absolutely miss that. My creative side of the brain, thinking of meals and things without even having to think about them. Being able to solve problems without having to think about it. That side of my brain I really, really liked. As a whole, what do I like about myself? Now, the fact that I'm a brain injury survivor twice. And I've survived chemical meningitis and bacterial meningitis, and I suppose I'm a fighter, and I'm a stubborn fighter, and I think that's also what's got me to where I am now, you know, getting through everything that I have gone through in order to be there for my child. Do you have any weird superstitions? Now, there's some British ones which I do also adhere to, abide by, whatever. Getting pooped on by a bird is apparently good luck. Breaking a mirror, that's for sure. Seeing magpies, 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for a girl, 4 for a boy. So basically, if you see 1 magpie, it's bad luck. If you see 2, it's good luck. If you're pregnant, if you see 3, it's a girl. If 4, it's a boy. Putting new shoes on the table, any shoes on the table, not allowed. Opening an umbrella inside, definite, don't do that. Being afraid of the number 13, again, I'm not afraid of it. I don't like Friday the 13th, but I don't let it hold back my day. Walking under a ladder, that is something I definitely don't do. Coming across a black, but I will, sorry, going back to walking under a ladder, I do walk under scaffolding. I haven't got a problem with that. Coming across a black cat, now I believe if it goes left to right or the other way around, it's good luck, but you know, I've now got a black cat in my house, so that superstition's gone. And finding a 4-leaf clover. I think I've only ever found a 4-leaf clover once in my life. Now there's another 2 superstitions which I actually saw yesterday when I was going to the vet, and I was like, how can you do that? The vet, bearing in mind this is in December when I'm recording this, and you'll see it on Christmas Day. The vet had a wall planner up, a calendar wall planner. You do not put calendar wall planners up or calendars up for the following year before the 31st of December. Well, the 1st of January, should I say. So I seen the calendar on the wall. Oh, it made give me chills. If you are going to put a calendar up, it needs to be face against the wall so that you don't get the actual calendar showing. That is definitely a superstition of mine. And also, if you break up a funeral procession, so you know you got the hearse, you got the limousines, and then you got all the cars behind. If you pull in and break that up, it's a no-go. Not good. Okay. What's something most people like but you don't understand? Life. I don't understand life. I don't understand how some people can make it and they are as thick as 2 short planks, and then some people who have fought for our countries and, you know, really been there and put us where we are in this life, in this world, and they get left on the street, and life is just so complicated. Also, karma, I don't understand that. I do understand the concept of karma, don't get me wrong. I just don't understand why it works the way it does. Anyway, what's the weirdest roommate or guest story? Sorry, house guest story. I used to house share when I lived in Birmingham in the UK. And I went out to put the rubbish bags out, and I had a blue dressing gown at the time. There was a police helicopter in the sky, and they were looking for somebody who'd done something, and he was wearing all blue, and the police came knocking on the door because the helicopter had spotted me in the blue. That is probably the closest to the weirdest roommate story I can tell. What's the weirdest text you've ever received? I love you. My stomach's rumbling. I love you, and this is from my daddy. Dad, if you're watching this, I love you. What's something you've never been able to do well? Life. I definitely can't draw. I definitely can't, well, I can draw a flying bird. Here, watch. I can draw grass. And that is pretty much my limit. But we have got art in the family. I think it's my great-grandfather on my dad's side, which actually my daughter is starting to pick up some drawing, and she's pretty good for her age. She's not fantastic, don't get me wrong, but she's only little, but she's pretty good for her age. She can draw a lot better than I can, and I'm a lot older than her, obviously. Okay. Does your family have any weird traditions? I don't know if it's weird, but at Christmas time, we open stockings, have breakfast, then we open the presents under the tree. It's not weird, and I've followed that tradition through. Weird traditions, I don't know, probably, I don't know. What would you do if you were invisible for a day? Eavesdrop, definitely. If you could sit next to anyone on a plane, who would you choose? The black box? Obviously it's not a person, but I definitely choose to sit on the black box because that always gets recovered. What's your favorite TV show? I don't really have a favorite. I enjoy watching YouTube, mainly Sloane, Radiant Brit, Jessica Hickson. Anyway, those are my, I forget her first name, Dobra. Those are mainly the ones that I am watching at the moment. What will people say at your funeral? Thank God she's gone. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. Or, as I did with my mum, ding dong, the witch is dead, the witch is dead. I'm not holding out much hope because, well, we'll obviously be there, but I'm not going to be there, so does it really matter? Let's see if anybody is allowed to turn up to my funeral, or even wants to. If you could steal one thing, what could it be? What would it be? Definitely a winning lottery ticket. I mean, don't get me wrong, money doesn't buy happiness, but it sure effing helps. If you could talk to one species of animal, what would you choose? A cat. I'd love to know what the cats say, and particularly my Shelby, who's no longer with me. Yeah, I'd definitely love to know what the cats are saying. What's something you think of it? What's something you think everyone should try at least once? E-cloths. Not sponsored. I love my e-cloths. They clean very well. They only use water, and I am obsessed by my e-cloths. So that is hands down my answer for that. You gotta try them at least once, and you will be converted. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, turn on those notification bells so you're notified every Wednesday and Sunday at 10 AM when I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. When I get to 1,000 subscribers, I will be giving away a £50 Amazon voucher, so be sure to be following me on Instagram as well as on YouTube, and we will do a draw that way. And also when I reach 1,000 subscribers, 2,000 subscribers, I'll be shaving my head and donating the proceeds of the video to the Wales Air Ambulance, as well as my hair to the Little Princess Trust, who make wigs for children who have lost their hair through illness and cancer. Alright guys, have a Merry Christmas, and I really appreciate you getting this far in the video, so I wanted to say thank you to everybody who has supported me, who's subscribed, who's just around watching my videos, hate watching, like watching, whatever you're doing, you're watching it, and I wanted to say thank you for sticking around till the end. So guys, with all of that said, thank you again, have a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year. See you, bye!